Oh, hey, Beth. It's Jamie. That's me here. Welcome back to the channel. Listen, I was supposed to do this over the weekend. Girl, I wasn't feeling that good. I'm not even gonna hold you. I wasn't feeling my best, okay? So, and it's been like that for a few days, but it's all good. I'm here today and we're about to get into College Hill. So let's go ahead and let's talk about that, okay? So first of all, shout out to College Hill because you guys have my university, the Alabama State University, looking absolutely amazing personally. And I'm noticing that you guys are filming in the building that I used to work in before they relocated us to another part of campus. They built up our library, and I don't recall me being in that library in a minute. I don't even know if I actually went up to the upper levels, but it looks like they have more classrooms and stuff in there. I don't know if they I believe it was the Levi Watkins library or whatever it was. I could be wrong. I don't know if they named it something different or whatever, but I haven't been over there in a while. But either way, y'all got the university looking really good for the most part. Although I wish Joseline Hernandez was not there because she's really not my kind of girl, for real, for real. But hey, it makes for good entertainment for whatever reason. And I must say, y'all got some good cast members. Like this, like the way y'all are shooting it, the vibrance of the color, like production did their job, the vibrance of the colors, all of that y'all brought to it. I love that y'all have Alabama State gear, Bama State stuff plastered all throughout the house. Everybody's wearing the gear. I love it. You guys are doing a great job. Shout out to y'all for that. Who do we got? Ray J is there. We have Tiffany Pollard from New York, from I Love New York and Flavor Flav show. Okay, she paved the way for people like Miss Joseline. Hello, Joseline Hernandez is on the show, of course. We also have Iman Shumpert, that is the husband to Tiana Taylor. We have Orion, which is Janae Aiko's baby daddy slash Omarion's brother. Who else do we have on the show? We have Amber Rose, y'all know ex-girlfriend of Kanye West, the baby mama to Wiz Khalifa, and that other man that was over there dating Cher girl. Who else? We have Parker Pose. Parker Pose has been out here doing some acting. I feel like she was on that show. It was on BET. I can't even think of the name of it, but I feel like it got canceled. What was the name of that show? Somebody in the comments is going to leave it, and I wish that show was not canceled. If it's still on TV, let me know. Did they move it to all black or something? Let me know. But anywho, she was also on My Wife and Kids when she was younger, but I felt like she ended up doing that show. I keep thinking two could play that game, but that's not what it was called, because it was, I think it was the show with Saronis Saronis Jackson. I know I'm spelling his name wrong, but Saronis Jackson, what was the shows that he was on? Games People Play. I think she could have been on that, or maybe she was on a different one. Yeah, she was on that, Games People Play. Because then they brought it back without Lauren London, and Karuchi Tran was a part of it, and she started to be one of the main characters or whatever. But I wish they would have brought the show back, because I thought that it was pretty good, okay? But anywho, I think I pretty much named everybody that's a part of the show. Like, it's only about 8 people that's a part of this particular season. So I think, oh, one more person I missed, Quay. Blame it on Quay over there on Instagram. Okay, he's also a part of the show. So they have a really good cast, and I'm liking it so far. So let's dive right on into episode 1. Okay, so Tiffany New York Pollard, she's the first person to arrive. Okay, I said that she was gonna have a rough time because she couldn't even say the word curriculum. Okay, she was messing it up, and I'm not even gonna attempt to say it how she was trying to say it, because then she gonna mess up my vocabulary, girl. So she couldn't even say curriculum. And then also I felt like while she's having a rough time with her education, I'm gonna have a rough time with her nose, because I was wondering exactly what happened. What was it? What happened to your nose, Tiffany? You have had more or just about the same amount of nose jobs as Nene Leakes. And then the final one that you decide on is the one that Nene Leakes has, because it's giving you have a Nene Leakes nose. And I don't think that's a great fit for you. I don't. I'm just gonna listen. I'm just being honest here, but we love you down, Monique. At the end of the, not Monique, but Tiffany. At the end of the day, okay, we love you down. But let's go ahead and keep going. All right. Quay was the next person to arrive. I was a little confused when he said that he was on College Hill season 1, and then he said he got so famous or whatever, he got so big that he had to leave. I was confused. I'm like, what do you mean? Do you mean College Hill season 1 celebrity edition? Because College Hill was because you've been blew up before then. So what are you talking about? Were you talking about the first one from that they showed us last year? You were supposed to be a part of it. You couldn't focus on your studies, and then you had to leave. Or were you talking about the general one, College Hill? Because that came out, I thought, shit, in the early 2000s or something. And I don't think you that old. Or is you? So I mean, yeah, some about that. And I don't think you blew up at that time, but don't quote me. So I don't know, girl. I'm just wondering. Anywho, Orion arrives and he lets us know that he was homeschooled pretty much all his life, I believe. So that was interesting. I didn't know that he was actually homeschooled. And it makes me question, like, did your mama really teach you stuff? Like, were you really homeschooled for real, girl? What was it giving? Like, were you really or what? But anywho, so he says if this no, I said he looks just like Omarion and he sounds just like his brother as well. I was like, girl, excuse me, if this boy don't look like his brother and if he don't sound like, if you're not looking at the screen, you would think Omarion is talking. Like, I'm like, wow. I'm wondering if they have the same dad. I guess so. But anywho, they look just alike. So anywho, why did they show the flashbacks of him jumping up and down naked, girl? I said, y'all some messy heifers. Some messy as heifers is what y'all are. But you know, all right, it's his truth. So show it, all right? You can already tell that New York want her a little taste of him, and we are going to see at a later time that she just might get the taste that she's looking for. Now, Joseline Hernandez arrives. Why is she there was my question. Iman then arrives, then it was Parker Pose, Amber Rose, and then it also was Ray J. He was the last person to arrive. Now, when New York and Quay got there, they were like the first two people there, so they wanted to room together, so they ended up moving things around. Okay, they took AR because they didn't know who the initials were, and they moved Amber Rose down into Ray J's room, girl, and they didn't know RN stood for Ray J Norwood. Hilarious. So they put those two individuals in the room together, and at a later time, girl, Miss Amber was not featuring that. Miss Amber was like, oh, hell to the no. She was like, y'all got to get me the hell up out of here. Okay, now we see that New York was talking about her dog, that she called her daughter, her doctor, or whatever, and she says that her fiance's mom gave her a stuffed animal to take the place of the actual live dog that she had or whatever. So whatever she got going on with the dog, Wellington, girl, it is what it is. Now New York does tell Joseline about losing her dog, and Joseline says that it's stupid to buy a dog when you know that they're gonna die in 15 years. If that ain't some insensitive shit, I don't know what is. Like, what? And what I didn't like that she does and that she did was the fact that, like, just because you don't understand it don't mean that you gotta insult somebody else for their decisions to want to have a damn animal. You feel what I'm saying? So I was like, Joseline, you are so fucking ignorant is what you are, okay? New York and Quay moved Amber stuff. We talked about that. So they get invited to a football game. They go to one of the football games. And what we learn is that Quay decides that he wants to be a drum major. So they get to find these extracurricular activities that they're going to do outside of learning their lesson for their certificate. Parker decides that she wants to be a stingette, and I said Goodwill Hunting. New York also says that she wants to be one of the flag girls. Okay, so that's what we have so far. I don't know what everybody else wants to be, but right now that's where we are. Now, back at the house, Joseline talks to New York about her dog, okay, or her doctor, and she learns about the passing of the dog. And to me, no, Joseline is assuming when. So first of all, Joseline and New York already had this conversation about New York's dog dying or whatever, right? Then they have another conversation about the dog dying, and Joseline thought she was talking about a human the whole time. I don't really know how she thought that, but I feel like y'all already had this conversation already, but okay. Anywho, so that's going to be a mess within itself, okay? Now, Quay over there deciding that he wants to move. So first of all, Amber had the conversation with Quay and with New York about how she did not want to be in a room with Ray J. She felt like producers may have set that up on some drama mess. I think they could have told her, hey, we moved your stuff over there into his room and it's giving y'all can move my shit back, okay? So Quay decided that he was going to go and move Amber's bed into him and New York's room. So it's all three of them rooming in one room, which I think is good. I think Ray J should have his own room. Bitch, at a later point in the episode, I see Ray J sleep in the bed with a Popeye's chicken box in the fucking bed. I said, baby, let me tell y'all, Ray J ain't no different than these regular ass folks out here in these streets. He is no different than your regular, degular, smuggler person that be doing the same damn thing. I don't know why I thought because Ray J got all this money, he wouldn't dare go to sleep with some damn Popeye's chicken box and other in his bed with him. But okay, Ray J, do what you want to do, okay? Now, Quay is over there moving all of this stuff upstairs for Amber. And I'm screaming because Amber is literally ordering him around like he's her son. And it's like, Quay, you strike me as such a sweetheart that really be doing too much. You do too much. Like, you be going over and beyond for people. I feel like you just be having like a good heart or whatever. But you never really received the same thing in return. Like, that's what it's giving. Because ain't no way I was finna move Amber whole bed up there and she not pitch in and grab something. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, grab something. Or go at least go grab the men and tell the men to help me. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't got to be lifting all of this. But that was a lot. Anywho, the next day is the orientation class, and Dr. Patty gives them this history and gives them like rules and stuff, right? So New York had me screaming because she's sitting over there talking about she drunk in class and asking because the Dr. Patty said y'all can't have no alcohol on this campus, none of that. You can't have none of that, whatever, whatever. So then New York said, but what if the alcohol is in the coffee or something? And then she was like, no, ma'am. I just told you no alcohol, and that's what I mean. And then New York said, well, I'm sorry for coming to your class inebriated or whatever she told that lady. And I was just tickled. I mean, New York is so damn funny to me. So that was resolved. They had a task. One of the tasks was for them to learn the university hymn. This is where we learned that Amber Rose is actually atheist. And she said, I can't learn this because it has God in it. And I'm an atheist. And I was like, wow. I did not know that. You learn some new things all the time. You learn some new things all the time. So, okay. All right. Now we get back to the crib after they had orientation class, learned the things that they've learned. They went to the football game, met a few people, all that great stuff. Now they're back at the crib. And we learned about Amber being mixed, which I did not know. They showed us pictures of Amber when she was younger. And it didn't really look like a mixed child. Doesn't mean that she wasn't mixed. It definitely looked like she had a little tan, but I don't want to be that ignorant girl. Like, she is mixed. I would have loved to have seen a picture of her mom. But I understand if she wants to protect her mom's identity. I get that too. But we learned that Amber is mixed. Her mom is black. Her dad is white. But I think that she said she never met her dad. Okay. She talked about how she would always get picked on because of what she looked like. She often had to fight. I think she had to go to school with a box cutter and stuff to protect herself. Like, she went through a lot. And I believe that. I believe that, and I could believe them calling her white girl and she only trying to fit in, but people making her feel like she not worthy or whatever the case is because she don't look like them or whatever. Because at that time, kids are young, they're dumb, they're ignorant, and they don't know a lot of things of what we've come to know as we've grown to be adults. So I definitely can see her experiencing that. Joseline learns that Tiffany was speaking on a dog because when she's over there talking in her room to Parker, Parker was like, "Oh, you talking about the dog?" Oh, and she was like, dog. She was like, yeah, like her dog was the one that died. She was like, bitch, I thought she was talking about her daughter, like a real live human. And she was like, nah, she was talking about a dog. So then Jocelyn said, oh, hell no, I'm finna go front her. I'm finna go front her right now because I don't play that. Like, I got a daughter myself. So I'm thinking that you may actually lose your daughter. Like, oh, no, ma'am. So Jocelyn went over there to have a conversation with New York, okay? Let's see. Yeah, so yeah, Jocelyn learns that Tiffany was speaking on a dog, so she's pissed and decides to confront her. I felt like Jocelyn was extremely insensitive in my personal opinion because she doesn't understand the emotional connection that people have with their pets. She decided that she was going to attack New York over her feelings for her pet. Are you okay? People call their dogs sons, daughters, all of that, all of the time, especially when they don't have kids. Like, that's who they emotionally connect to. You have to take care of a dog the same way you taking care of a damn newborn and a toddler. Like, girl, it requires a lot of work. Like, it really do. And I really feel bad for y'all a bit when y'all gotta wake up early in the damn morning and go outside in the freezing cold to let their ass take a piss or shit. For real, girl. Okay, girl. It takes a whole lot more work than a human in a little bit, girl. Because I could change a diaper inside the house in the warm. But anyway, so it's different. Okay, it's a different experience. They give them the emotional support, all of that. And you have some dogs that's very intelligent, probably smarter than your ass, Joseline. Like, they very like, girl, come on. Don't be like that. Okay. So they got into an argument, and Tiffany told Joseline, she screamed at her, like, just leave. First of all, I love me some Tiffany. And I love that Tiffany was not backing down with Joseline. I said, baby, let me tell you something. I don't know who you thought that you was talking to, but New York will get with you. Okay. New York might not want to feel like fine throwing them hands or whatever, but New York is going to get with you. And I loved it because Joseline could not take it. New York legit made Joseline cry. And I loved every minute of it. Like, that's what you get. Because first of all, who do you think you are coming in there talking to that lady like that about her animal that she lost and downplaying it because you feel like it's not on the same level as a human? Girl, listen. Y'all treat listen. Y'all treat some of these animals get done better than these humans do. And I tell you one thing, you harm an animal, you probably gonna get more charges put on you, or a bigger how I want to say it, you might get a bigger punishment for what you do to an animal than what your ass do to a human. Hello? Okay, so girl, anyway, so Joseline tells New York that she needs to go talk to a psychologist if it's that deep for her. And I said, girl, not you sitting over here coming for this lady, and it's giving the pot calling the kettle black. BITCH, you have your own issues with actual humans. That is the reason why you need to go and sit down and talk to a therapist, psychologist, or whoever you feel you need to talk to. Okay? While you sitting over there trying to talk about what she needs to do. Girl, you got your own, sweep around your own front door with the humans that you deal with on a regular basis. But anywho, and your demons. So Joseline is embarrassed. Once New York screams at her, tells her to get out, tells her to leave, she goes outside, she sits with Iman, and she out there crying. Yeah, because she couldn't take it. She couldn't believe that New York blew up at her. So I bet you did. I bet you because you probably was over there looking up to that lady. You was looking up to her, and then your idol done sat up there and screamed at your ass. That's what you get. Trying to comfort that woman. So, anywho, when Joseline got so upset, she went to her room to decompress or whatever she was trying to do, and she legit locked this young woman out of her room. She locked Parker out of the room. Parker was locked out the room for a few hours. No, ma'am, that is not fair. I understand you need your alone time, but this woman should be able to get into the room whenever she needs to. I don't think Parker would have bothered you. She probably would have checked on you. She would have came in, got what she needed, did what she needed to do, and dipped out. But you didn't have to lock her out, because if that was different, if the shit was on the other foot, you would have beat that door down. You would have broke that door to get into that room, and then you would have tried to fight her. Okay, and I just don't think that was I don't think that was cool. Okay, so yeah, let's see what else happened. So Parker goes and talks to the group, and she's like, y'all, I can't get in my room. Like, it's messed up. I think it's only fair that I'm able to get access to my room at all times. Whatever, yada, yada, yada. So she's talking. Ray J's like, okay, I'm going to go have a conversation with Joseline. Me and Joseline are familiar with each other. We got a history. I think I'm the best person to do it. I'm the leader of the house. Let me go talk to her. So when Ray J goes to talk to Joseline and says, yo, we're going to have a house meeting, Joseline gets offended because he tells her, like, Parker's been locked out her room. She feels like she needs to be in her room. And, you locking her out. Like, that's really just what it is. Like, that's the short answer. You locking this lady out her room. And we're going to have a house meeting. We're going to talk about some stuff. And Joseline's mad. She's like, I don't know why she just couldn't say that to me. She talked to me about, she's been talking to me. Why she just couldn't come in here and talk to me now or whatever. And I'm just like, because you know that you can get extremely aggressive for no reason and ready to fight somebody. Like, you're already on edge because you're arguing with somebody about their own feelings, about their own pet. So if she comes to you about her own room and you putting a lock on the door, you was going to come for her too. So it's like, girl, nah. So Iman tried to let her know too, like, girl, we about to have a house meeting. We need you there, whatever the case was. Okay. So they go outside and hold on. Yeah, Joseline says, but all she has to do, yeah, we talked about that. So they go outside, and Orion is like, yo, this is a house meeting. We need you to communicate with us, just like we need to communicate with you, the things that what the expectations are and all that other stuff. And Joseline was just like, I ain't got SHI to say. All I know is my ex roommate, yada, yada, yada. And this is when, what's her name? Parker was like, ex roommate. So you're kicking me out? She was like, yeah, because you fake. And I'm like, how is she fake? When she was knocking at the door and you wouldn't let her in. How is she fake? You calling this girl fake and then you kick her out the room. Now you trying to punk this girl because you believe she's the only person that's not going to stand up to you. And I just find it so interesting that y'all put Parker in the same room as Joseline. Why y'all didn't put Amber Rose in the same room as Joseline? Like, I wonder. I don't know. Y'all about did that purposely because of personalities or whatever. But I didn't like that. So Parker kind of got emotional when she walked off or whatever the case was. And Ray J pretty much tells Joseline that she doesn't have the proper etiquette, or that's not how that situation should have been handled. And Joseline don't give a damn. She gonna do what the hell she wanna do. So it is what it is. Okay. So that's pretty much everything that happened on episode 1. Okay. Now let's go ahead and get into episode 2 of College Hill. All right. So let's talk about it. So Celebrity College Hill Celebrity Edition or whatever. So it seems like Parker got to stay in her room. At least that's what it looks like, because when she was getting ready for school and stuff, it looks like she got ready in her room and all of that. And when she was getting ready to leave, like, yes, let's get ready, like, I'm excited, ready to enjoy the day, Joseline said something to her like, yeah, go ahead, you fake ass bitch. Who are you talking to, ma'am? Are you all right? Like, girl, who are you talking to, sis? Calling somebody a BIT, like you still mad from last night? I guess, honey. So, anywho, you locked this girl out her room, but you want to sit up there and call her a BITCH, a fake one at that. Girl, you lame as fuck. How about that? So, anywho, Iman was supposed to go to class for the first day or second day, but he has to go to Atlanta to do some work, so he will not be in class. All right. Now, Ray J is still in the bed doing the same thing he did on the last season, which is going to result in him flunking. Because I don't know, I need to look for Ray J's name in the credits for executive producer, because it's giving, are you an executive producer that's expected to be on this show multiple times for the coming seasons? That's what I'm wondering. But anywho, he's doing the same thing. He's sleeping late. I said Ray J so fucking junky. He got Popeye nuggets, a Popeye nugget box in the bed, and I was just screaming like, "Really, Ray J?" But you over there talking about you be having chefs and stuff, and I'm just like, I wasn't expecting that for Ray J, but that's you, honey. Anywho, so Joseline isolates herself and then turns around and says that don't nobody like her. Girl, bye. You're isolating yourself. You did this to yourself. I mean, that's on you. So anywho, uh they get into like a spiritual class or something, or history class, whatever it was. And New York decided that it would be great if she started singing a Jesus song. Let Jesus lead you. And girl, I would have fell out in that class laughing at her damn ass. I'm like, I don't even know why y'all took this woman serious. I really don't know why y'all took her serious. But anywho, Amber Rose is getting irritated with the spiritual conversation, including God, because she's atheist. She feels like our Christianity came from white folks. I feel like she's not lying. It did. It did come from white folks. But according to the teacher, she was like, and just like everything else they give us, we turn it and we spin it to make it our own. And I'm like, do we really? I don't know if we really do that. Hell, they took our shit, turned it, and made it into their own, and then used it against us to keep us enslaved. So I'm a little confused about what, girl, do what y'all want to do with the spiritual thing. Girl. I ain't here to debate. Believe what you want to believe, honey. Go where you're gonna go when you go. Okay. So anywho, civil rights course. We learned that religion played a critical role in the justification for slavery. And Amber is absolutely loving this class because it's in alignment with where she is. Okay. So New York says her fiance is white, and she sometimes can't look at him when her people are done wrong. I said, okay. Okay. Well, I Yes, honey, I appreciate you being honest and telling the truth. Why is you with him? I'm slick questioning. Why is you with him then? And I also wonder if a lot of people feel this way when they're with a white person and not a black person, and you can't look at your counterpart when your people are done wrong. I will hope that the person that you're with is an ally to your community and fully supports you. It makes me kind of wonder if you can't look at him. Is it because he really ain't team us? He just team you. I don't know. But okay. And I also found it interesting that she kept referencing her fiance, but we're gonna see her do a little sneaky leaky with Orion. So what is that really giving? Okay. Now, anywho, Joseline does go and she sits with Dr. Petty and she says the house is making her the villain. No BITCH. You making yourself the villain. You over there doing too much and everybody's not rocking with it because you used to get your way on other shows and it ain't happening over here. Okay. Dr. Petty tells her that she wants her to stay on point, stay focused on her goal because pretty much she didn't leave her daughter behind to just come here and not accomplish anything. So stay focused. Okay. The cast says they can't get a read on Joseline. She makes herself the outcast. She isolates herself, and often she just be loud and she be wrong as fuck. And I'm like, that sounds about right. That's on brand for Joseline, loud and wrong. Tiffany got a man. I said that, but she's feeling Orion, and it made me question whether she really want that white man, honey. But let's keep going, okay? Now, Ray J acting like he doesn't know how to wash clothes, and that had me so fucking tickled because Amber Rose legit brought him upstairs and legit showed this man how to wash clothes. And I'm like, Ray J, you know how to wash. Sonya Norwood is not gonna have you out here like you don't know how to wash no damn clothes. You ain't that damn Hollywood, baby. You sleeping in the bed with these Popeyes. You know how to wash clothes. And then sitting over there asking us the washer, the dryer. Like he know what he doing. And Ray J is hilarious because he does make good TV because it's a cackle and he be looking so serious. Okay. But anywho, Amber dives deeper into why she's an atheist. That conversation happens, and she says that the first people on Earth were here 6,000 years ago, but the Bible came about 2,000 years ago. Okay, she says that none of the Christians live by what they pray and practice about. That's another thing that turns her off. And Quay is way over it. He doesn't like that because he grew up with a Christian background and everything. So that's what he's focused on. He doesn't want to. It just makes him feel very uncomfortable when she tries to discredit what he truly believes in. That's a problem for him. So he kind of walks off. She notices that he walks off, and then she kind of tells him like, well, she didn't say it about him, but she kind of did, like, get the fuck out of here, is what she ended up saying. So they might have some issues, but I think at some point they'll come to an understanding and just respect that everybody thinks differently. They just on two different waves, okay? And that's what Quay and Parker ended up talking about when they went inside. She felt like, we really shouldn't be having these conversations, but I feel like we should have these conversations. Like, I feel like a person should be a people should be allowed to speak about their spirituality, their religion, whatever it is. They should be okay with doing that. But the problem becomes when it seems like you're trying to convince people to come over to your side of thinking. That's where the problem is. And I felt like that's kind of where Amber Rose was coming from, as though she was trying to convince people that what they believe in is wrong. And maybe that's the angle a lot of atheists come at. And no, I've also noticed a lot of people don't really say that they're atheists anymore. They may not necessarily believe the Bible as it is because it was man-made and likely created by white men and all this and that. And they took other folks' stories and recreated it, whatever. So you'll hear people say that they believe that there is a higher power. So therefore, they're more spiritual than they are like religious or anything, or even an atheist. So, I mean, I don't know. Everybody do their thing. But good luck. All right. So yeah, I said it does seem like she was trying to convince and force her thoughts on other people, which isn't fair because they aren't doing that to her. So I did not think that that was fair for Amber Rose to do. Okay. Now, Orion hops on the phone with my niece. Okay. Nami, he hops on the phone with my niece. And I was like, look at her. So they over there talking, having a conversation, and he cries because he misses his daughter so much. Like she's like his best friend. Okay, he really misses her. He did let us know about him and Janae Aiko when they were dating. He said she was trying to get her album and stuff off the ground, and or at least wherever she was in her career at that time, and he was willing to stay home with their daughter while she went out and she did her thing. She don't really tell that story, but then I feel like she tells her story later in life. I think Nami could have been like, whew, how old was she? Probably like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, somewhere up in there. Because she talked about how she was like a waitress or something like that, or a server of some capacity, and she decided she wanted to still do her music. She put together a little project, she dropped it, and that shit went crazy. And then once it went crazy, it just kept going crazy. And I'm so happy for Janae because that is my mother. When I love me some Janae, like that's my girl. Like I I'm not changing on her, period. Like I love me some Janae. I don't care whether y'all think she can sing, she can't. That's my baby. Anywho, so that's that. Later on they ended up having some party, which really wasn't a party. They just went out to eat. Everybody was really lax, but Joseline decided she was gonna do the most with her attire, getting ready, trying to get fly and be all extra. And I was like, Joseline, you know we don't even take all that. We're just get your ass in here and sit your ass down. But anywho, she gets there 2 hours late. Everybody was already talking about her. Burruss was like, girl, I'm over it. I'm tired of her. I'm not gonna go out my way to speak to her. I'm not dealing with this bullshit. I'm just not gonna put up with the fuck shit. I'm just not going to do it. So that's the space that Burruss was in. So Joseline arrives and she goes to the bathroom. When she get first off, she was like, y'all mad at me? Y'all mad at me or whatever? Like, oh, so y'all finna go? Cause I just got here. Yeah, bitch, cause you 2 hours late. Do you see these people's plates? They've already ate. Ain't nobody finna wait on you. Girl, we finna go. So when she goes to the bathroom, Amber had to go to the bathroom. Unfortunately, Joseline was still in there. So that's when Joseline asked her, like, yo, you mad at me? And Burruss kept it real with her. Like, this is why I was pissed with you. X, Y, Z. I didn't like how you did this. I didn't like how you did that. And they really had a moment in the bathroom where they had a conversation and they started to understand each other. And they realized that they came from similar backgrounds. Like, Joseline had a really rough upbringing, and so did Burruss. And that's what they were able to connect on. Now, at a later time, New York also went into the bathroom. She was able to listen to the ladies, and they all kind of talked and things, hugged it out, whatever it was. Joseline admitted that she should have never spoke on this lady's dog because she didn't know anything. Like she couldn't relate. So she just felt like I shouldn't have never did that. And I appreciate Joseline for acknowledging that. In addition, Quay bust into the ladies' bathroom too, because he like, what the hell they in there doing? They finna fight. So he bust into the ladies' bathroom and he saw that everybody was in there vibing. And it was just a really good moment. So I'm glad that they pretty much squashed all of their beef and we could get to a better place. I don't recall anything else happening after that. I think the only other thing that happened was the fact that Ray J packed up his stuff and headed out to Atlanta because he too had some work to do. So not only did he wake up late earlier that day, but he's about to miss a day of school and he's about to head out. And I'm wondering if he got the clearance, like Iman got the clearance from the professor for him to be able to miss that day. And some telling me Ray J is moving to the beat of his own drum and he ain't get the permission that he's supposed to get. So we'll just see how that is going to play out at a later time, girl. But I just wanted to come to y'all real quick, talk about College Hill because they are at my university and I am enjoying it so far. Y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below on how y'all feeling about the episodes, whatever. Okay, I'm Jamie. That's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JamiThatsMe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.